Thank you for jumping in. Today's goal is planning out live streams for this week. So we're going to have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after 9 p.m. Central Time, something to talk about, right? Last week, our shows were we talked about how to store garlic, what to plant now for a fall garden. We had a little garden and life talk, and I got the fall 2025 magazine Northern Gardener, and we opened it up together. So, Team Replay, which live stream did you enjoy most last week? And of course, everyone here with me tonight, put it in the chat. I'm going to jump over there and say hi to everyone now. I was doing a sink of dishes and I started laundry. So, we have Robin Gardens. Hello from Chicagoland. Thunder Boomer's happening right now. Oh, I bet you have what we got yesterday. We won't have to water the garden tomorrow. Yay! So I had 12 hours of rain straight. So yes, there's flooding. No, I don't have to water. The flooding isn't bad at the garden. That property drains well, and it's used and it's soaked up. I have lots of plants out there, right? As far as other towns, other communities, people's basements, people's backyards, the situation I have here, there's definitely standing water. I was really concerned that we were going to have wind because when the ground is that saturated and you get wind, you have a lot of trees that come down. But that didn't happen. Jay Dixon, good day to all from Huron County, Midwestern Ontario, Canada, and the lee of Lake Huron. Bowtie life in the garden. There's only 3 women that can make my phone ring after 8. Mrs. Bowtie, but she's sitting next to me. Farida, owner of UPS store, but they're closed. And the one and only Jay Dixon. Bat signal received. We have mobile tech fashionably late. So I didn't want to schedule it for 9:30. I wanted it for 9, and I wanted to go get the sink of dishes washed, and I started a load of laundry, which took, was it 5 minutes? 8 minutes? 9 minutes? I don't know. So I do apologize. I appreciate everyone waiting around that's live with us. Robin Garden says I should be uploading tomorrow's video right now. Oh, you're not, it's not in the processing stage right now? Bowtie says, hey, JBot, glad you made it. Shawnee's mapping out the week, and we're all tossing ideas in the mix, ready to help plant some great live stream topics. We should get into what the topics will be. And what I need help with is the thumbnails. That was really fun how you guys helped me narrow down the thumbnail. There's no sign of rats yet. Bowtie is saying to Robin, there's some kind of lights that were turned on and checking traps. Jay is in the tub. Mobile Tech says, eating Brussels sprouts grown right here in my valley in northern Nevada. Well, how do you eat your Brussels sprouts? Tell us more. I can't grow them. Mobile Tech says, I didn't grow them. I get them from local farmers. I can't grow them. Bowtie is saying to me that I want monetization this month. Well, you know, we just have to get it done, right? Serena Norell, hello. Casual chat, gardening. Gandalf is here even. What are you doing? Did you get storms yet, Gandalf? You said you wanted rain, I thought. Mobile Tech says, I steam the Brussels sprouts and have them with blue cheese dressing or butter, also made right here in the valley. Look at that. Okay, so let me throw up. Throw up? No. Let me show you, talk about, introduce the topics I have thinking floating around. So we have, what's this one going to be called? I have little ideas saved. I need to mute for a second. We're going to take a breath. I was pulled aside for a conversation regarding a vehicle that broke down recently, if you've been following. 2 broke down, actually. One's been fixed. One was taken to a mechanic that we trust dearly. And we possibly were notified that it's not repairable to what we would be interested in. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I came here for you guys to talk about gardening. So, topic ideas for this week. What to grow to make the most money. That is a topic that I think I can present this week. What is the name of the... Is this the one? I bet you it is. The second idea I have for you is, where's the... a garden that saves you money. So... a garden that saves you money. So, what to grow to make money and what to grow to save money at the grocery store. And then the third one I've been brewing up. Let's see how to say this one. And then I'll come back to the chat, I promise. Where's the... what do we call this? Do we not have one created? It's like a... I'm looking to see if I have it. Okay, this is what we're going to call it, I think. And then another one I'm working on is do-it-yourself garden ferments. So those are the 3 topics for this week. Yes, I'm open to suggestions for future shows. I think I saw a question about that. And a goal this evening is to create the thumbnails. So I'm going to read the chat, create a prompt, do the thumbnail vote, and see what else we need to talk about. I have a couple announcements, and I'm sure people have questions possibly. So let's go through this. Serena has an update about Aaron, category 3. Robin Gardens, let me put this back over here. Brussels are great sauteed in olive oil. Add dried cranberries, pistachios, and serve with a drizzle of butter and crumbled feta or blue cheese. Delicious. Bowtie says, okay, Shawnee Grows, I have 5 suggestions for you. Can I email them to you? It's a pretty good list. Yes, you know how to contact me. I will read it. Robin is asking Bowtie, and I will say it in front of everyone. Are you thinking of emceeing a live on your channel? Robin says, topic 1 is interesting. Dave Knight says, a money tree. That's what we should grow to make money. DCB says, lavender maybe. It has a good value to it. Ooh, I like that we're throwing out guesses. Bowtie is saying to Robin, there is a plan in motion, but there is no time for lives when we're doing a house remodel. Robin says, that's a good topic also. It must be number 2. DCB says, any of the crops you can extract the oils are pretty high dollar, I believe. So, when we talk about what crops to grow to make money, so many things come into factor. Where are you, right? What format are you growing in? Who is your buyer? Who are you selling to? So we're going to try and go through all of it. The list has been emailed, everyone. Oh, DCBs. I thought she was asking the question now. We are discussing it. And then when I do the live stream, we'll go more in depth with it. Serena Norell, my Georgia sweet candy roaster squash still has not produced any female flowers. Beginning to wonder if I will get any squash this season from either of the two vines. You have to just wait and see. No ideas. DCB says, love me some Brussels. Tell everyone, share how your day is going, how your weekend was, or how your week will be. That's kind of what we're doing here. Jay has switched to dry land and a laptop. Dave Knight says, I saw a 5-pound bag of garlic for $75 at the market. There you go. If you're possibly that's on our list. If you're in an area that can grow garlic and you have the land and the space and the market for it, is that a way to make money? Radio Jonesy is throwing out his member emojis. Good to see you. DCBs, I'm not going to get any corn again this year because something's eating it. Is that what's happening? I haven't watched any of your stuff recently, and I'm terribly sorry, but I've got a lot going on. Okay, so let's do some thumbnail creating. So let's see what prompt we should edit here. Okay, a bright, eye-catching YouTube thumbnail with earthy tones, green and purple. Show a bucket with bubbling garden, liquid banana peels, leafy greens around it. Add a small jar labeled labs and a spray bottle for powdery mildew. Text overlay in bold, easy to read font. Garden ferments. With a subtext, do-it-yourself fertilizer and sprays. Include icons of leaves, compost, water droplets. Style should be clean, modern, natural with the shadow effect to make objects pop. Okay, let's go with that. I don't think I need to take anything out. We're going to generate this. We're going to make a poll. So go back to here. Start a poll. So let's do 1, 2, and 3. So it goes, or should I say left, middle, right. Let's see if that works. Because then I can read the, okay, let me see them. I haven't looked at them yet. Okay, so we have white backgrounds. There's the buckets. It's very cartoony. Garden ferments, do-it-yourself fertilizer and sprays. So we have different placement of text, and then this one has a green text versus black. Which one would you click on, chat? And then let's see what other data we're gathering over here. Okay, Robin Gardens, topic number 3. Add how to get a big baby who has owned a fermentation kit for at least 7 years to just try it. You probably won't botulize yourself. Is that why Tuck was like, a little botulism never hurt anybody? You have to do the math equation, you know. It's kind of a thing. I hear people say like it's always just 2 tablespoons per blah 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 amount of water, and it's like, well, then I hear all the other people that say weigh your contents in the jar with the water and times it by either 0.04 for a half sour or 0.05 for a full sour, and then that's the amount of grams of salt you need to add. Like I don't know how scientific, how serious. I mean, everything's serious with food preservation. So the garden ferments that I'm talking about is like applications to the garden, not to preserve the garden. And if I could get my hands on a good book or just like understand it better, I would love to present about it. And then DCB says, I think our nights have not been warm enough, and for whatever reason, they didn't get any height to them before tasseling. Oh, it's a weather thing. Maybe there's a water thing. Robin, I understand. It's a concern. DCBs, I find it very disappointing when I started gardening again. It was to get fresh corn on the cob. I have yet to get corn. Well, corn is, to me, one of the toughest crops to get a harvest from, just from my experience. Jay Dixon, topics important to me this week. How to tell when various crops are ready to harvest. Oh, we just had a conversation with Gardner Scott about that. Number 2, how to utilize underripe crops. That's good for the end of the season. Or if like a storm damage situation happened. And then 3, easy ways to preserve crops. Can I copy from this? Maybe I can on the YouTube side. I hope you guys are voting. I was going to try and email it to myself. What's this button do? Back, reload, save. I can't copy and paste from chat. Why? Whose idea was that? Okay, so we have 10 votes and we have 1 more minute. And then I'm going to close the poll for which thumbnail to use for the garden fermentation live stream. Now, I don't know which day of the week, what time is it? I got to actually time the minute. Okay. For which day of the week each one of these is going to show up. So it's going to be random. We're just going to have a show Tuesday, a show Wednesday, and a show Thursday after 9 p.m. Central Time. And it's going to be one of the topics that we're talking about and voting on for thumbnails tonight. This is the first one. So if you're just joining us, you haven't missed out on what the other topics are entirely, because we're going to go over it. Waiting for the clock to switch over for 1 minute, and then I'm going to end the poll. Get your last votes in, and then of course I get to vote. Maybe I'm going to not agree with you guys. We'll see. And then I do have an announcement to make for members, and then we'll just kind of hang out and answer questions and see how long we can go. We also can talk about your weekend, your day-to-day, or what is in the week ahead. Okay, we're ending the poll. And it's a tie. I think you guys did that on purpose. What does it say here at the bottom? Oh, where is it? There it is. Okay, middle and right. Let me go back to the screen. Middle and right was tied. Okay, stop sharing. Come back to me. I will save what I think should be used, and then I'll show you when the live comes to what we're using. I'm going to read the chat a little, and then we're going to get number 2 show, thumbnail, prompt, wrote, created, generated, blah, blah, blah. What is this? Why is this not? I don't care about that. There we go. Yeah, my husband's vehicle, he might be listening now. He goes, it's going to be X amount of dollars to repair the thing that's going on with it, which I'm not getting into. And it's a ridiculous amount. And is this the one? He goes, oh, but I could go get a new motor for X amount of dollars from I don't even remember where, because I don't want to have this conversation tonight. And what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know anything about that motor. I also don't have money for any of this. I also don't want to help you decide what you're driving, because you always get a new vehicle every year. So I don't care. So now you guys can listen to me complain. Thank you for being here. Ferments. I'm just making sure my thumbnail is too sensitive so I can't lose it. Have you lost me? Do I have internet? I will see if you can see me in the live stream here in the YouTube. I think I disappeared for a little bit. I don't know. My screen restarted, it looks like, and I have this weird unstable connection. Okay, in the chat, where are we going? DCB says, and I think a mouse is eating my watermelon plant. Part of it was chewed off. That's frustrating. Food Forest Permaculture says, good evening. Oh, right, Robin Gardens. Less cartoon. So I might be able to run a new one another day. We're going to do 3 tonight, and that's the max for the free vidIQ that I have. So I can definitely run it and say not cartoon-like to when it resets. I think it takes a whole day. It might be a couple hours. It might be 12 hours. I don't actually know. But I like the feedback. Thank you. Serena Norrell, what is triticale and when is the best time to plant cover crops in zone 7A? First frost rate November 1st. I think Gardner Scott talked about cover crops, didn't he? And wasn't the number like 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost? Depending. I don't know what triticale is. Food Forest Permaculture is canning pears and listening. Thank you for helping us get watch hours. Tuck says to Robin, my wife is currently trying to learn how to make sauerkraut and she does not have a life insurance policy. I don't think there's much to worry about. You just follow a recipe that is by a canning book, not a weird person on the internet. Oh, DCB says, Shawnee, the funny this is, both sides are right. Radio Jonesy, fresh peas and beans. I am looking forward to. Yeah, how many days away are you from the harvest? From the days to maturity, Radio Jonesy. Yossi in the Simple Kitchen. Hey, we are getting some watch hours by planning the week ahead. Jay says, Shawnee Grows, I feel that you would do your own version of the is it ripe to harvest subject. Yeah, of course, because I am me. And it's like, what crops do we cover? You know, maybe I have a different idea on ones that are hard to understand about when to harvest them, right? DCB says the one on the right looks the best visually balanced, I think. Thank you for your feedback. That's why we're here, right? Thank you for emailing me your ideas, Jay. Robin Garden says, make the do-it-yourself fertilizer and sprays font larger to stop confusion. Ooh, more feedback. Love it. Those are things I can add to the prompt. Tuck says, I tied the vote. I have to clear my throat. Just to kick the hive. DCB is Shawnee, keep it a surprise. Creates anticipation. 17 watching, 11 thumbs up. Let's see. We can remind people. If you're enjoying the stream so far, give it a like. It helps more gardeners like you find us. I also have live streams on vermiculture, the Hunger Gap, what I should grow my first year. Check those out. They're not in the description as of now in the live, but on the replay, I can copy stuff back in that I normally do. So let's see. Belt Loop 29, listening in. Thank you for helping out with watch hours. That's a goal we have right now. And to get work done. We're also working, okay? And we can talk about gardens. You know, it's okay to complain. Okay, yeah, I didn't know the whole screen had gone all wonky. Thank you for the feedback, because it's, you never know. Emmanuel, the ultimate gardener, says, hey, gardeners, welcome to our hangout. I wonder if the warble went away. Let's see. Oh, here. Triticale is a cross between wheat and rye. I don't know what IIRC is. If that's some hip slang abbreviation thing, I don't get it. They all have gluten. Oh, yes. I remember knowing that barley has gluten. I had to look it up at one point. Here's some definitions. It's a hybrid of wheat and rye. Oh, the parents are wheat and rye, and then its baby is that. First bred in laboratories during the late 19th century in Scotland and Germany. I'd never heard of it. DCB says, Shawnee, a good garden crop to make money. Seed production. Some of the seeds cost a lot of money nowadays. Yeah, seed production is kind of hard and tricky depending on the crop. You know, some seeds, they're biennials. Like, you don't even get the seed. Worrying about things crossing. Oh, yeah, I have to watch the replay on cover crops. Triticle is one of 9 things listed in my cover crop blend. You're using a blend. Perfect. Wondering what it is. Well, Jay answered that. Radio says, I'm eating some home cooked fried rice. I thought you were going to say fries for lunch. It's just after midday here. I'm going to have soup later, probably a wild rice chicken. DCB says, instead of the flower or vegetable as the crop for sale, seeds instead. We had a poll going for a thumbnail vote. I'm going to do round 2 here if you're still here. Thank you for the like. Oh, okay. So the update on watch hours. Let's talk about it. Thank you for asking, Gary. It's so thoughtful of you. It's going great. I'm feeling really positive about it. I have a great team of viewers. So let me add the new updated numbers. I am in a competition with Radio Jonesy. Did you know that? Who's going to get there first? Ooh, that's the wrong app. We're going to get there no matter what. We're just, it's fun. It's fun. So let's see. I update the subs count because that also matters right now. I have to check all the boxes. And then the hours are that. Save. And here we go. Next goal is our 1,000 subs with 4,000 watch hours because we are getting the full monetization unlocked. We would love to see this by November 1st, hence why you're going to see a lot of me, okay? The current totals as of whatever it said, was it August 12th? I had 789 subs and 3,251 watch hours. Okay, the IIRC stands for If I Recall Correctly. Thank you for teaching me something, Tuck. I don't know if I'll remember that. I might have to see it a couple more times. Thank you. DCB's likes me some gluten. Jay says Shawnee grows various unripe veg are falling off. Oh, it's a whole different kinds of ones. Because what I've seen lately is people panicking about the wind knocking apples down. And they're like, what do I do with all these apples? Like, that's the thing I've been seeing locally. You hate to waste. It is a possible topic, absolutely, because they might have a secret superpower use that we could unlock, right? Miss Sharon, it is good to see you here. I'm going to address you probably in every single live so you can hear me because I know what's going on. Over at Miss Sharon's channel, she has a post explaining her future endeavors happening. And then there's something, a green. Where did the green thing go? Am I able to click on it? There's gifts from Miss Sharon. Am I just really behind in chat or did it disappear? There it is. I want it on the screen. Hey, look at that. So now I have to figure out who got the gifts and then let's get organized here, everybody. Okay. Whoa, we got new members sprouting up. Thank you, Miss Sharon, for the wonderful gifts in the garden. Welcome to the garden. Let's find it over here on the other side because I can't see it. Yossi in the Simple Kitchen. You got a gift. Marketplace Boutique. My Renaissance Grandma. Consume the Goodness. Dare L are the wonderful receivers of the gift. So what's going to happen is you will have an email. You're not here probably, but you might watch the replay. So I'm speaking to you. You're going to get an email to talk about your gift. Excuse me. And it's going to expire after, I think, 30 days. So use your membership. Go into the membership place on the channel and watch the content. There's a video explaining why I have a channel, make a bouquet with me, weeding garden beds. There's going to be special printable PDFs, hopefully for each live stream that I do, there'll be something extra for the members that goes with the live stream. So use it while you have it, right? When we get new members, we have a story. No, I don't have one saved to my normal reading. So what we will do is go here. Because last time our story was about the pot that never emptied. It was that pot that was at the garage sale, and it just always grew a plant overnight, and more and more and more. The more you give, the more it will grow. Remember that story? So let's get one ready to go. Okay, this one is called The Butterfly Lantern. One warm afternoon, as Shawnee walked through the garden, a flash of purple and gold caught her eye. A butterfly, larger than any she'd seen before, was hovering over the bean trellis. But this butterfly wasn't drinking nectar, it was carrying something. Clutched in its delicate legs was a tiny lantern glowing softly even in the daylight. Intrigued, Shawnee followed as it drifted between the cucumbers, over the marigolds, and down under the edge of the wildflower patch. There it landed on a flat stone and placed the lantern carefully in the center. As soon as it let go, the lantern grew brighter and brighter until the stone itself shimmered and split open like a door. Inside was a tunnel glowing with light, lined with vines that shimmered as though woven from starlight. The butterfly darted inside, paused at the entrance, looked back at her, waiting. Shawnee took one step closer, heart racing. From the tunnel came a chorus of voices like rustling leaves. The garden gate has chosen. Do you enter? End of story. Okay, so then we will add all of the new members to our updated list after the show, because I don't do that live. But I can go to page 1, talk about who we have as members. So we want to celebrate you in the chat. Put out your emojis. We have Robin Garden, South Florida Sunshine Tropicals, Scott Driven Fortitude, the LP Dimension, Big Will Dog 82 in the Soil, Mother Earth Garden Club, Richard, Miss Sharon Sooner, JH Travels, Radio Jonesy, Diva in the Dirt, Maureen Washington, Gear Grindin 19, Demoose 1829, Teats Treats, Future of Food with Chef Kelly, Grace Martin, Serena Norell, The Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, GT Jr. Grows at Alaska, Brook Trout 1, Leslie Spites, Emmanuel, The Ultimate Gardener, Leonard Mountain Homestead, Chris and Amy, Puppy Breath, Sifting Some Soil and More, White Rock Homestead, Homestead Aquarius, Sam Pot6, Destiny Fitzgerald, Minnesota Gardening, Grant McIntosh, MKP, Resourceful Living Homestead. Get that off my screen somehow. There we go. Let's write a prompt while I catch up on chat. And I'll answer the question I saw in the chat. If you're still here, hopefully you can hear me, because sometimes people need to go, you know? Okay, Belt Loop 29. You're working on hitting the 4K, or you're just trying to keep up your hours? Yeah, I want 4K before I hit 1 year. So before the over 100 and 365 days where I start to lose hours, I want to lock in the 4K, get accepted, and then just maintain the hours. DCB's Shawnee, I get a kick out of how you read the comments. You add so much drama. Tuck says gluten is magic, unfortunately. Oh, you have celiac. Okay. And then Miss Sharon, yes, cataracts. She's gonna have a procedure. Great community, yeah. Everybody's very, very positive. Tuck has a question. Anyone try sorghum as a cover or chop and drop? No, I have not. I have a book that talks about cover crops, and I could see if it's on the list. Not right now, but it can be added to a question and answer kind of a live. And I think I actually have a sorghum growing. I think I have one from a bird seed. I showed it in the rain garden in the August garden tour. And somebody, I think it was Bowtie, said, I think that is sorghum. So hopefully there's some feedback that you can get, Tuck, by people here. Robin says to Jay, if it's green tomatoes, the lovely greens tomatoes chutney recipe is delicious. DCB says honeybees love sorghum. It has a great bloom for them. Bowtie says, I got you several watch hours today, Shawnee Grows. Sorry, Radio Jonesy. I only got you under an hour. There was a situation, Bowtie, that maybe I'll tell you privately. If Radio wants to tell you in the chat, he can, but something happened with the channel. So if he doesn't say it, then... Is that the math belt loop? I just need 749 hours? Serena talks about the 9-variety cover crop blend. Winter rye, winter wheat, triticale, daikon radish, hairy vetch, red and white clovers, 2 others. Okay. Look at that blend. It's good to have the different plant families, that diversity. So this is what happened, Bowtie. Radio Jonesy was given a manual inspection by YouTube, and they took 140 hours away. And he has not met the 1-year mark. It's not like he lost hours because he had been past the 365 days. That's not what happened. He had like a message, and that's what it told him. Diva in the dirt. Hey, hey, hey. We're working on prepping the week's lives. We are going to do the second thumbnail vote with a poll coming up when I get to the bottom of the chat. Yes, DCB's secret superpower use. Serena, I've harvested my first Dean Haby rainbow cherry tomato Sunday night. Looks like it will ripen to a golden yellow. Tuck by V. It took me months to figure out IIRC. Okay, let's see. What was it? In real... Nope, I don't remember. Yes, a huge thank you to Miss Sharon for gifting 5 memberships. Yes, DCBs. What? Just spell it out for me. I am terrible at it as well. I will get it completely wrong. Radio Jonesy says, I'm now at 3,079. Why did they take 140 hours off of me when I applied for monetization? So he did the 3,000 tier monetization application, and that's when he was manually inspected. And we were talking about it on his live at Radio J Talk, and I was like, did they wear gloves? And he's saying, it's not fair, Shawnee. Now I'm winning. We have to work harder then. Miss Sharon says, Shawnee Grows, I was listening in on Barry's live last night. You mentioned something that would be great live topic. I can't remember what it was. Something during the weather convo. Yes, Miss Sharon, I am going to prepare a live stream that talks about the future of weather and how we can grow with it. What do we need to do? How do we need to think ahead with extreme weather? I am not saying the end of the world. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about ways to fluctuate with the weather and still get our food. That is a show that we would like to prepare to present here on the channel. DCBs, I see children's gardening books in the future. Radio Jonesy's channel is 9 months old, so it was not the 1-year drop off the cliff situation, right? We definitely promote other channels and helping them out. So clicking the links and checking them out is great. Diva says, I love story time. You're such an expressive reader. We have to have that fluency, that accuracy, that rate and expression. Boutloop says, the only thing I can think of is if they dropped some subs from your channel and thought they were bots. Oh, you're going back to work. Have an awesome week. Thank you. If you remember, throw out your emojis. I'm gonna make some more because I think I've unlocked more emoji slots. I'm still trying to learn the game here. Getting to the end of the chat, and then I can do this thing I've got on my screen. I am not a writer, DCBs. Oh, Yossi, in the simple kitchen, I have a new video. Today is my Hebrew birthday. Look at that. Happy birthday. Thanks for telling us. We have to celebrate. Miss Sharon, I hope I spoke to everyone. If not, please forgive me and yell. Oh, Bowtie says, if I said I think it is sorghum, then I misspoke. I know it's sorghum. Okay. DCBs, I like that flower blend she listed. Question marks? I know DCBs. I already forgot what the IRC means. Here we go. If I remember correctly. If I remember correctly. We're going to keep practicing it. Gandalf, I finally have some ripe beefsteak tomatoes to eat. Yeah, boy, do they taste good. Oh, that's amazing. We need some cooler temps at night for mine to start blushing. DCB says YouTube has been really weird lately. They are running a lot of new AI algorithm CRAP. Yeah, I got hit with it. I had to copyright strike. I don't have a strike, but it was brought to my attention that I was going to get one if I didn't take action, right? Yes, kind of like a climate change gardening, but we can't call it that. We got to call it our own thing. Radio Jonesy says Shawnee is the best, but the race is on. By the way, new video dropping soon. Make sure you're subscribed. Oh, Bowtie. She said it. She said the end of the world. I'm not saying it. So, Radio Jonesy, I'm concerned that your channel's being watched and they think it's a bot because there hasn't been enough. I don't know. Go watch it, go leave, go watch it, go leave, make a comment, act like you're there. I don't know. I'm worried about that. Miss Sharon goes, Shawnee goes, yes, that. And there was another one. You didn't say it, but it made me think of guerrilla gardening, something like that. I know we wanted to talk about gardening in a war zone. I don't know if we can talk about that on this platform. I might have to call it a different word. People were like, okay, bugging out gardening. What does that look like? And with Howie at Food Forest Permaculture, we talk about that a lot over there. Troy, hey, there, y'all. Great folks. Prayers up for Lori's prepping for heaven. What is something going on? I haven't been at her show lately. I'll have to go over there. DCBs, it's even ironic that we forgot what it meant. Write it down, says Yossi in the Simple Kitchen. My tactic is learn it, write it down, teach it. Then I can remember it usually. Like explain it to somebody, right? DCBs, I haven't gotten anything, but I don't do the monetization stuff. Plus, beekeeper channels are kind of niche viewership. Okay, Bowtie is saying we are not going to play victim, okay? He is announcing his proud hours are at 3,478. And oh, excuse me. His goal is 4,000 by February. So we also need to help Bowtie. Well, Radio Jonesy, now that I know cruise ships have gardens, maybe we could tour one. Maybe something online can show me how they have it set up and how many staff gardeners are on a cruise ship. Robin Gardens is like apocalypse garden prep. Yes. Yes, says Miss Sharon. Okay, we made it to the end. This is the prompt for the next show, which is, I think, the what to grow for profit. So I'm going to read the prompt. I haven't read it yet. Oh, the laundry's ready to switch. Okay, bright, eye-catching YouTube thumbnail with earthy tones, greens and purples, large bold text, most profitable crops to grow. Show a lush farmer's market table overflowing with fresh produce, tomatoes, salad greens, cucumbers, carrots, herbs, and flowers. Add small dollar signs or money symbols subtly in the design to emphasize profit. Include a person's hand. Nope. I don't want that. I don't like when they do that. Don't do that. Clean, modern font, high contrast, minimal text. Add the butterfly in a corner. Nope, we don't need that. Let's write realistic this time. because I can only do this 3 times and I want to do 3 different shows. So create, and then we're going to create the poll again. So I have to go to the YouTube side and go to the poll thing. Now you guys are seeing it before me. Okay, well, I don't have the poll done yet. Which thumbnail for okay, it should be loading now. Now I'm going to hop over and look at them. Okay, so, wow, there's pink. Okay, the left one, most profitable crops to grow, has the dollar signs, has a well-stocked table. The middle one is like a bird's eye view, has funny, weird money. I don't know. Most profitable crops to grow is in pink. And then this one on the right is a different color and placement for where the text is. And it's like we're at the farmer's market walking through it with the people and the lights and the stone path. So place your votes. Which one speaks to you? Which one is like, yeah, we're going to click on that and we're going to watch it. And I'm going to read the chat. Okay, so gardening on a cruise ship, Radio Jonesy, do you have time to email the idea to me? Because I can't copy and paste from here into an email. I could type that. That's a short enough one. I could also just say, hey, email me. Let me pull up another thing and see if my computer can handle it. Thank you all for helping me plan this week's shows. We're doing a show Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It'll be after 9 p.m. Central Time, and it'll be one of these. Each one of these is one of the nights, but I'm not telling you which night is what. You know what I mean? It'll be a surprise. But now you kind of know we're gonna get into some stuff. Gardens on cruise ships was an idea. And then the other two I have saved that Miss Sharon spoke about. If there was another idea, I don't remember. DCB says something. Rooftop gardening, Shawnee. Well, Wendy something talks about that. She is building a rooftop garden in California, but so I can use her. Let's see, rooftop garden. Use her to go through what to troubleshoot, right? Bowtie's like, no victim here. I am up by 50 hours this past week. I am not a traveler. So even if I teleported on the cruise ship, then I have to be on the cruise ship, and I don't want to do that. Janet, hello. Have a great night, everyone. Oh, well, yes, I'll see you in the replay. Thank you. Radio Jonesy is helping out when he's done helping out me. Bowtie says, I don't know. You seem to have hours taken away. Troy said, Lori's in the hospital. What? Severely dehydrated and low potassium? That's terrible. Yeah, I didn't go to any of her shows whenever she had shows, and now, oh my goodness, I'll have to go leave a comment on her channel. Thank you for telling me. How long has she been? How long has she been hospitalized? I'm sure she's just pissed that she's in there. Jay says to Miss Sharon, sure, it's my usual thing on other gardening lives. You do such a good job that I took a back seat on Shawnee Grows, but felt you could rest your eyes a bit. Yes, yeah, she's gonna have a procedure soon. The right is too full. Oh, okay. If there was less on the table, says DCBs. I haven't looked at the poll yet. Let's see. Let me go over there. Who's in here? Do we have 17 watching? We have 12 votes. I think if you're watching on a TV, you might not be able to vote, and I'm really sorry. I don't know how to oops, I bumped the mic. Fix that. Which thumbnail for, oh wow, I spelt it wrong. Grow for profit? Nobody said anything. Maybe you did, and I haven't gotten to it yet. Left is winning. Okay, where's left? Left is this one. All right. Botai says the right one has depth to draw in attention. Yes, prayers for sure. Jay says I prefer a less cartoony text. Right. Rick, welcome. We're planning out our week. Thanks for coming by. Robin Gardens. Think about the thumbnail at the postage stamp size on a phone. Absolutely. Font is important. They say. Absolutely. I hear that all the time. And these are in my vidIQ for I don't know how long. I think forever. And so if we use a thumbnail and it's not really vibing for the first 24 hours, I can change it to one of the other ones. I can recreate one. Like I said, I can do 3 a day. And I'm using the 3 today for 3 different shows, but I am taking note of what could be changed, and you'll see what the thumbnail is when we do the show. DCB's bow tie, I think that one is the best, but there's too much produce on the table, I think. Radio Jonesy, yes, I will talk to the cruising crowd later tonight, but yes, I will email you. Okay, thank you. The center has the wrong color font. Thank you. I agree. It's terrible. Right has the best legible font. It's nice and clean. Are we frozen? I'm going to close the poll. End poll. Okay, the left won the vote, but I do get to decide which one we're going to do. We're back? Okay. We're all good. All right, thank you. So, let me go and save one. And we have announcements to make, and we have one more thumbnail to create. We're doing great, everybody. Thank you. While I decide. Okay, thank you. Feedback is great. Great communicators you all are. And I love the brainstorming we're having too at the same time. Just changing the size to make sure it's the thumbnail size. And saving it. Okay, there's that. So we did that show. So we did ferment, what to grow for profit. And then I gotta find the third one where it was like how to save money by gardening, what crops to grow to spend less money at the grocery store, that kind of concept. So while that's thinking, we're heading back into over here. Radio Jonesy, it was -3 working outside last night. Now that was freezing. DCBs, we used to do exercises like this on my marketing class. My first, hey, I'm going to go to college was business. I don't think it would have been marketing, but you had to do marketing classes, and I did not go down that path at all. Didn't go to that college. I did other stuff. Okay, so announcements before we do the next third and final thumbnail voting. Let's see. I have to go back up to the top of my banners. Okay, so what I did was create a members garden gate, and it is now open. So if you are a member, you can go into the posts for members only, and it's going to say, welcome to the members garden gate. So it's for you to go in there at any time with a question, kind of like people do with Patreon forums, where you can go in and you can type. Now there might be a character limit, so you might have to make a couple comments to get your point across. Maybe it's something that you just want me to answer to you. Maybe it's something we can discuss on a show. Maybe it has to do with a members only live stream guide, course, like teaching thing that you would like to see. a lot of us just have to problem solve through things every day, every week. We learn as we grow, right? So I don't know how to keep it so you can see it. Like, I can't pin it. I was looking at that because I'm going to keep posting and it's going to get buried. And I'm assuming when we make comments on it, it keeps bumping it up. I'm not sure how to get this to so I can see it all the time. But I'm going to be checking it to read what's in there the best I can. And I might have to adjust how we do it. But that's what it is. That's what it's for. Did that make sense? The post explains it better than what I just said, I think. So if you are a member, you can go into the Members Garden Gate post and it'll explain what its purpose is for everyone, right? Jay Dixon, in one of my past lives, I used to run a small publishing business and we did things like this. Which ad is best? Yeah, like the little get 5 people in a room or pick a demographic to test, to throw it in front of, or a 5-second, put the clock on 5 seconds, put it up, take it away. What did you remember from it? Those kinds of things. Miss Sharon says to Bowtie, life in the garden. I believe that's where hours are lost when YouTube does the checks. They're counted, then taken away. There's all kinds of weird things. With AI now, with YouTube, that happens. I did resolve my copyright strike fiasco, and it was very well communicated between the channel and I, and she was very kind, and we're leaving the live streams, there was 2 of them up, and I've changed what I needed to change so we could collaborate because I didn't want strikes. Okay. Botai says I changed majors in 6 years of college 13 times. Once I was a marketing major, it was meh, ended up with business management. I think management was what I was going for because I was a manager at the time, but it's too serious. Can't. I don't like the clothing. I don't like it at all. DCBs. After I got hurt, my doctor made me go back to school for mental therapy. I took business management degree. Now that not that I'm a entrepreneur or anything, but it would be great to have a little bit of education in the current business world. Do I want to go seek out classes? Not at all. No. We're just going to learn as we do this. Bochai says, yeah, Miss Sharon, I've actually heard that they make a check to see if there is anything suspicious. I don't think they will find much on mine. It's taken me over 4 years. Oh, yeah, you've been on this journey for 4 years. Mine took, like, when you click the buttons to go into YouTube Partner Program, it says it can take days. And I was like, whoa, what? I think it was 12 to 24 hours I had results. Now, I don't write down in a journal every day what hours I had. This is kind of a journal, how we've been talking about it on a live and I put it up on the screen. I kind of have that as a journal because I don't honestly know if I had any taken away. I didn't, as far as I know, have a message or an email that says, alert, we've taken it away. Robin says to Bowtie, I should have milked it for 6 years. I graduated in 3.5. DCB says it took me 4 years, but I got me an associate's and it was good therapy. I don't remember. I think it was 3 years and I have 2 degrees. Pest Hunter Outdoors. Good evening, everyone. You had a sports turf degree? Okay. I thought for a second you were telling me about your supper. Thanks for joining in. We are planning our week. We have one more live stream to create a thumbnail for because we're doing a show Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. They're all going to start after 9 p.m. Central, if not on time at 9 p.m. But we never know what's going on with my work schedule and my life, okay? But we're planning some content out. Bowtie says, the video I'm trying to get out in the morning polls video from all 4 years of my YouTube journey, like a timeline. You're pretty excited about it. DCB said I had a 3-year anniversary. YouTube told you that? Oh, that's cool. J3GS Farms, hello. Plan my live stream week with me. Thank you for helping out the watch hours and contributing to the chat. Appreciate that. We are chit-chatting now about kind of the schooling. Jay Dixon says, my college education was social worker, specializing in young offenders. Example, my kids hurt your grandma, take from your store, burn your home, etc. Bowtie says to Robin, undiagnosed ADHD stretched my time out an extra 2 years. 5 years later, I was diagnosed. Life changed. Okay, so this third live stream topic was the one where we wanted to talk about what can you grow to save money from the grocery store, right? And again, same concept as what do you grow to make money? It all depends on where you are and what you like to eat. So hopefully when we do that show, we will cover all of that and we can discuss it deeply because you guys always have great points to make live and you in the replay. Make your comments. So this is the last thumbnail we're going to do. We'll put up a poll presenting and then I'll read the prompt to see if we need to edit it at all. Okay, it's bright eye-catching YouTube thumbnail with earthy greens and purples is what it keeps telling me for each one because that must be my branded themed font color choices, right? A small raised garden bed overflowing with tomatoes, peppers, leafy greens, and herbs. Bold text overlay. Save money. Well, I don't want it to be grow in 6 square feet. I might have to rewrite a prompt. Include a grocery store receipt faded in the background with high prices contrasted by fresh, vibrant produce in the foreground. I don't need the branding butterfly. It's not necessary. Clean, minimal, easy to read design with strong contrast. We are going to add realistic to this since we did not enjoy the cartoon one from earlier. I think I'm going to stick with the idea of it being a small raised garden bed because talk about cost efficient stuff here. So I don't know. I mean, not that you need a raised bed to do this. You can grow on the ground. You can grow in containers. So let's see what this does. We might have to really change this one though. And then let me create the poll so you guys can vote on which thumbnail speaks to you. Okay, starting the poll. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not so confident that the prompt is going to work for what the show's about. Robin agrees to Bowtie that it'll be an interesting video. The one is it coming out tomorrow? I think he said. Howie is still working on his pears in the background. DCB says, is 1.8 thousand watch hours a lot in 3 years? I may have a beekeeping problem. I think it works for you. Oh, that was views. 122 hours. There you go. Thanks for looking. Bowtie says, it's not themed around the history to Robin and I, but if you've seen my garden much, you'll not recognize some of the early video footage. Well, you know how the gardens change over the years? Maybe that's like the bed structure. Yossi in the Simple Kitchen. I joined the army at the age of 19 and was an F15L, maybe, firing systems electrician for 8 years. Then I studied cooking and I am a chef now. Thank you for sharing your story because we're talking about education and stuff. Okay, I got to the chat. Let's go over to the poll. We have 7 votes. I haven't looked at the thumbnails yet. 21 watching. Okay, what do we got? Left is very cartoony. Okay, green background. Middle has this purple outline thing. Weird receipt. Don't let what I'm saying influence you. And then on the right, I don't understand this. Okay, do you see this? I think we're gonna have to rewrite the prompt. I won't be able to run a new thumbnail tonight though, but I want to write down what you guys think we should type. So it's a raised bed inside of a grocery store. I don't think any. What is the poll saying? What are you guys seeing here? Which thumbnail? The middle is winning. Okay, let me go back. The middle. We have a hand in the garden. Oh, that's usually when I say no, no body parts. um, grow your savings. I'm not sure if that text is easy to read when it's itty bitty. Okay, let's talk about if we rewrote the prompt, because this doesn't work at all. I don't know. What kind of clue keywords are we looking for here? And I'm gonna go in here and see. What was that sound? Robin Gardens. I like the overall theme of the middle one, but it's not catchy enough as presented. Yeah, like there's tweaking to do, right? Like the text style. DCB says, I think of those, the center is the best, but I don't really like it at all that much. Yeah, I'm not in love with it, right? Bowtie says, middle thumb has 3 clear points of attention and the hand highlights the food. Okay, good. The hand's not creepy. Sometimes the hand's creepy. DCB says it would be better if it didn't have the price tag. The receipt? You do prefer the words in the middle, says Jay. Morning, Richard. We're doing stuff, prepping for this week's live streams, getting thumbnails built. The right is good. You like the weird garden bed in the grocery store, Jonesy? And then Yossi's like, nope, all 3 are bad. Throw it out. Okay, so this doesn't work. The point I want to make, let's see here. The point I want to make is stop overspending at the grocery store. Grow these crops to save money. I need a new prompt. Howie said yes, right. DCB says if they're right, use the grow your savings, it'd be okay. I'm going to take this down and I'm going to close the poll and I'm going to read this new prompt. So 12 votes, thank you. We did it for 4 minutes. That's long enough. The middle is the 58%. We have a new person in the chat. Hey, CR, right side is what CR said. It's so weird, the garden in the grocery store. We are going to create a new one, but I can't do it. So the right one grabs your attention more. Is it because it's weird? Like, should we stick with odd? Because, when people say something and pronounce it wrong in your presentation, whether it's a live stream or a video or a short, people go right to the chat and they tell you how to say it. And a lot of it, Richard says, don't know if it's a raised bed. Yeah, like, is it just a display? Is it a hint at the crops list? I forgot what I was saying. Okay, the new prompt that I can't run tonight, but YouTube thumbnail with bold high contrast design. On the left side, a grocery cart overflowing with overpriced vegetables and a large red price tag dollar signs. On the right, so this is one of those split image thumbnails, a lush raised garden bed with tomatoes, peppers, leafy greens, herbs glowing with freshness. Use bold text across the center, stop overspending, and then a smaller subtext, grow these crops to save money. Use bright greens and reds for produce, earthy background, and include a small, I don't need the butterfly logo branding thing. I think we're going to run that when I have the reset tomorrow for generating a new thumbnail. Because I can't do it right now. A simple happy life. Hello, welcome to our work session. Prepping for this week's shows. We're gonna do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I know it's a whole lot of me. And gardening. We're gonna have a show after 9 p.m. Central Time, and we went over the 3 topics: what to grow to make the most money, a garden that saves you money, what to grow to save money, stay out of the grocery store kind of a thing, and then do it yourself garden ferments. And what I mean by that is to help your garden in its life or to treat a problem, not, and this is where it's like, okay, I need to work the title better, I think, because I'm not talking about using the garden to make a ferment to eat, right? I want it to be to help the garden. So that title might not work. It might be confusing. And that was a thumbnail that we have to regenerate too. Okay, where's that? Let me write a new prompt for that one. I got kicked out. I've done too much stuff. I can't even put that in there. And then just a reminder that we have the members garden gate open. If you are a member, there is a post that says welcome to the members garden gate, and in there you can comment questions. And we might talk about it just in that thread. We might talk about it on a live stream show for everyone. We might create a members only live about it. Maybe you have ideas. You can email me, shawneegrows@gmail.com, which it's in the about section of the channel. Ideas or things you want to see on the channel, which we've gone through some fantastic ideas tonight so far. I'm going to have a wonderful list of things to research and talk about. And of course, Team Replay, can you tell me which live stream you enjoyed the most last week? We did, let's see if I can remember, so we cured our garlic, and then we were like, now what? How do we store it? How do we preserve it? What are some things we can do with it? We talked about what to plant now in the fall garden, how to calculate when and how and what with the fall garden conversation. And for some of those people that are going into spring, we talked about that too. And then we did a garden chit chat life venting session. That was great. And then I had a new magazine come in the mail, fall edition of Northern Gardener. So we opened that together and we read through some articles. That was last week's content. A friendly reminder. Let's see here. That we have a goal we're working on to get 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours to get full monetization unlocked. We'd love to see this by November 1st. The current total subs when the numbers were ran, which is like 5 days behind, 789, and then the watch hours was 3,251. So that's why you're seeing a whole lot of me, okay? We did put out an August garden tour. If you haven't seen it, I worked very hard showing you all the gardens. There's 11 total, but like one of the wildflower beds is really not doing much, so we can't count that. I'm going to head back to the chat and see what we're talking about. Did I end the... I think I ended the poll. Okay. All right, we did that one. DCB says, when people see something a little odd, it can be attract attention. Right. Storms, radios, and cats. Hello, Shawnee and all. Hey, welcome to our work session. Richard said, looks like the wood crates that fruit is transported in. Yeah, for the thumbnail that we were looking at. CR says, might be getting thunder showers, so I may be away from keyboard. I know that one. We were talking about, is it called anagrams? when it's just the letters and you have to remember what the words are for. Miss Sharon is be right back. Okay. Robin Gardens, Grow Your Savings is a short but sweet title. How about that over the split pick you described? Oh, okay, here. I'll have to make a note because I can't write in that chat anymore. Okay, was it called Grow Your Savings? Yeah. We'll put the idea in my notes. Oops. And then Teats Treats. Of course, Jay is here. Yes. How's it going? We're just catching up on how was your weekend, what's today, what's the future of the week for the gardening. We were prepping the live stream shows for this week and the topics. Bowtie Life in the Garden. Can you tell me how your CTAs are doing on that garden tour? Shawnee Grows, Mrs. Bowtie, and I were discussing them tonight. Gandalf, were you live? I think I just saw something pop up. Oh wait, he's be right back. He's probably not here. Okay, garden tour. How do I find that? I'm on the analytics for the video. Nothing says CTA. What am I looking for? Yeah, Jay, the abbreviations, acronym stuff. Radio Jonesy is still here about working around the house. Okay, I'm trying to remember what CTA even stands. You gotta use the full words, Bowtie. Click through average? Is that what it? Okay, what is CTA for YouTube analytics? You're gonna laugh at. I mean, you're laughing right near. Oh, call to action. Oh, they don't have that in analytics. Is there a way to find that in my studio? It's a way to guide your audience towards design, describing like. Okay, audience. I don't know how many I put in there. You tell me. You watch it and tell me. You count. Look at how long people are watching your video. Okay, how do I tell that? In audience. Is that an audience? Where does it say? Well, I need the exact, like, where do I go and what am I looking for? Your kitty cat, Sweet Pea, oh, whoops, is cuddled up. Cool. Again, your guess was 4 or 5. I know I tried to put the iCards for, hey, don't forget I have this content. And then call to action is also put in the comments below. Maybe they're 2 different things. Like, I have a question for you. What was the look at how long people are watching your video? I don't remember what that's called either. I don't look at any of that. Tell me where I'm supposed to go. I have a click-through rate number. I can give you that. Is it going to say average view duration or something? I don't remember where that is. Okay, engagement. Okay, not on that tab. Engagement. Oh, average view duration. Was I right? Was that the word? I see a word. Okay, CR says, well, more rain while I listen to Shawnee. CR, it rained for 12 hours here. There's some flooding situations happening. Garden's fine, though. I sent somebody over there to check it out because I couldn't go. Okay, Bochai says, it is really in comparison to others. Jay Dixon, YouTube campaigns add call to action overlays to YouTube ads. There's a link. Okay. Bowtie, are you asking for average view duration? What do you think it is? So how long was the video? 20 minutes? It's a 20-minute video. And he wanted to know how long are people watching your video? So the average is 6 minutes, 11 seconds. Is that how you read it when it says, I'll put it in the chat, 6, this thing, and 11? Bow tie. Well, okay, that was on the graph. There's another section that says 632. Average percentage viewed, 32%. I don't know if I'm giving you what you asked me for. Okay, bow tie. I really tried this time to do the stuff that you're supposed to do. Robin Gardens. How long people are watching is an odd analytic. Typically, the view duration goes down as the video ages. My last video, the view duration went up. Crazy. Was it the one with the harvest? Like, look at all my tomatoes. Yeah, so that was in 2 different spots and 2 different numbers. One said 611, one said 632. And then on my phone, you know how it looks different on your phone than on a desktop or whatever? It said it would give me this graph of here's where you are normally or what's an average and what it is. Yeah, Barry, I definitely don't get into the stats. I was trying to answer a question in the chat. Hence why I had no clue how to answer it because I put out what is meaningful and what I think my audience would enjoy, and I do my best. Robin says, yes, the harvests. Did you get your video uploaded and processed for tomorrow, Robin? Howie says, neighbor just gave me a loaf of hot sourdough bread. Now I have fresh peach jam on it. Oh, a little carrier for some jam. Bowtie says, I have a few videos to Robin Gardens from 2 and 3 years ago that did the same thing. Several just decided to take off with 1,000 or 2 views. My mint removal video hasn't slowed at all. Right. I have a video that keeps getting views, a live stream, and it was about the winter greenhouse conversation. Hello, Old Man King Homestead. We are doing a little work session. I've done most of it, all of it that I can do tonight. I wanted feedback on the topics that we're going to get into this week and what the thumbnail should be. So that's what everyone helped with. So thank you for checking in. Miss Sharon, Shawnee Grows, I remember now you were talking about bug out gardening. You said something about you couldn't really carry pots of crops in your backpack. Yeah. So Howie over at Food Forest Permaculture does a lot of conversations. I don't know if they're up still, where we discussed this concept. You know, maybe it's starting over, leaving a location and starting over, or just taking a backpack with you, what tools and seeds are in your pack. He really teaches about understanding what's in your locale and foraging, how to build soil, how to create a new place so people don't know you're there. You know, we need to have operational security. What are some ways to set up a garden so people don't know it's a garden, you know, that kind of thing. So that was what we were talking about at Storms, Radios, and Cats, the bug out gardening thing. People in the chat did talk about that's why containers are good because you can take them with you. And it's like, well, if you can load them up, it depends on your situation of when you need to go, where you're going, you know, plants need water, all that stuff. So thank you. Yes. That is a conversation we can have. It might uh, you know, get a little crazy. Robin Garden says, I'll do after your live is finished. Okay. So she's going to have a video tomorrow if everyone can make sure they're subscribed to Robin Gardens to see what she's going to show us. The most popular one for Robin was the do-it-yourself stackable planter from Dollar Tree. Richard says to Howie, is that homemade peach jam? Oh, I bet you it is. and how he says it's so important to have a notebook. Yeah, he talks about that a lot, of keeping notes or whatever, however, to keep track of where things are. All right, so have we gone through all of our announcements here? Reminder, if you're enjoying this stream, give it a like. It helps more gardeners like you find us. I also have live streams on vermiculture, the hunger gap, and what should you grow your first year. Check those out. I will get the links in the description after the show because I didn't copy the normal. I finished work. I said, let's go live. I'm just gonna have a work stream. Let's do the sink of dishes. I washed a little laundry. Now it's ready to switch. I'll do that, and I'll probably have some soup. I think we talked about everything. I am going to say a huge garden size thank you to our current members. Your support helps the garden community grow every day in every way, of course. We did have a story time because Miss Sharon gifted us 5 new memberships today. Okay. What is going on with Bowtie? His Geppetto is really irking him? What did it have a it doesn't know? Gandalf, were you live earlier? I saw something pop up on I was at the homepage for a second. I think I saw you. Jay says it's 27 minutes to the 2-hour watch time. I don't think I'll make it. I don't have anything else to say. We might have 2 more minutes left in us and then I'll say goodbye. I don't know what to talk about for 27 more minutes. The other announcement that happened during the show was my husband's vehicle is probably not going to get repaired the way ugh, it's maybe I'm not going to talk about it. He has 2 vehicles. They both broke down. One is fixed. One was looked at to get fixed. It's a whole ordeal and it's up to him, not me. It wasn't your live? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it was. You were on the panel. Maybe it was just with someone, or maybe it was yours from a couple weeks and it was like, "Hey, did you watch this?" You know? CR, talk about sunflowers for 27 minutes. So there's a sunflower field near me that has not been able to have their sunflowers last year, and this year isn't looking any great either because, like I said, we just got another up to 5 to 10 inches of rain, I think, especially depending on where you are. And so he didn't get the tractor in the field to do any planting of the sunflower fields. There's 3 fields. And so they were like, "How do I do this? How do I, we can't just not have it again." So they had a drone seed the fields, which would have been just a surface sow, not worked into the soil, got more rain. Did a field update a couple days ago. One field is still underwater. This was before we got another 5 inches. The one field had some flowers starting to grow. I think they were like knee high. I don't remember what the other field looked like, but it had a river going to it. And then now we just got all this rain. So I'm guessing he's going to say it's canceled this year again. Miss Sharon says, recap the topics coming up for the ones who just came in. Absolutely. So what we want to do this week is after 9 p.m. Central Time, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're going to have a live stream. And the idea topics are what to grow to make the most money. So what I want to do is cover, like, do you want to sell to who? Who's your market? Is it at a farmer's market? Is it a farm stand out your front yard? Is it directly to customers, market garden style? Is it to restaurants? That's kind of the concept. And I don't know everything and I don't have experience with any of this. So I encourage you all to come to the show and help out in the chat. I have research and I have information and I will present it. You guys can see what is on the crops list. It also depends on where you live, you know? Different countries grow different things for money. Now, I can't cover the entire world, but I'm going to try to speak as broad as I can to get ideas going. Another live stream is a garden that saves you money. So, what can you plant to save money and avoid the grocery store more? I'm not saying you have to quit the grocery store like Justin Rhodes is doing for 30 days, if you haven't seen that series, but just what are the crops that give you the value where you would have spent way too much at the grocery store to get those things? And again, this changes by location. And then this third topic, I'm going to have to work on the title because here I wrote do it yourself garden ferments. And what I mean by that is recipes for tools, things, sprays, fertilizers that we can apply to the garden. Maybe it's to feed it, maybe it's to deal with something, pest or a fungus. Um, some of it involves using the garden to do that. And I feel like when I read it like this, it says we're going to take the harvest and make a ferment to preserve food to eat in the winter to get through the hunger gap. And it's like, no, that wasn't the point. So I have to work on that. And then reminder for the members, there is a post called Welcome to the Members Gate, Garden Gate. Make sure you go over there and see what it's about, the directions and stuff. So we've gone through the 3 shows. We've made thumbnails. We got some feedback. I saw a little glitch there. 2 of them we need to rework, but I've hit the max amount of thumbnail generation for the free service because I always use free things, okay? Let's see here. Gandalf was on Steve's panel last night. Maybe that's what showed up on my thank you for answering. A Simple Happy Life. I visited a sunflower field about 2 weeks ago. Got some great photos and videos. Just beautiful there. Yeah, that is the concept of the one that unfortunately I don't think is going to make it. They have props, whether it's like a hay wagon with pumpkins and hay bales or like painted things that you can stand next to. I know they had like an old piano once and they had tractors you could get up next to. There'd be photographers you can hire to go out to the field with you. And it was free. You could just donate money if you felt like it, but they didn't charge anyone to park there, which I thought was great. Every year they did a theme. Something about like remembering those who we lost in the community or heroes or stuff like that. And people travel all over to go to that kind of thing. And it's very unfortunate that we can't cooperate with the weather to figure it out. It's like the location needs to be different. Obviously, it's a low-lying field if it's been with water the entire summer, right? Bowtie says, mine by far is the Presto Precise pressure canner to Robin Gardens. 12,000 views with 1,800 watch hours, 316 subs on that video. Yeah, it's interesting to see what does well and speaks to people. And it's like, well, you're supposed to replicate that 3 times or whatever. And you're supposed to drive traffic to it. So it's like, always have it linked in your video or mention it sometimes. Like, don't forget I have, because it's obviously has the right formula. So you can go in and watch it. This is a little YouTube shop talk now. And see what you did right. Like, what did people really enjoy? What were those peaks? Remember that and then replicate that. Or cut that into shorts and then drive more traffic to it with a related video. Food Forest Permaculture Howie says, just gave away 25 pounds of pears to the sourdough makers up the street. Less that you have to can. The gift, the garden gifts, the giving, it's all good. It took off again, says Bowtie. Radio Jonesy says, and yes, that was when caveman roamed the earth. Oh, I don't know what we were talking about. Triple H, Holistic Heritage Homestead, says 31st like. Thank you. Hello, good to see you. Check out their channel. They are also on the list of working on watch hours. So we've been supporting them when we can and hopping in their lives and watching their videos. They cover all those things. Holistic Heritage Homestead things. Gardening, prepping, real talk. Barry's back. Triple H, I have a great channel and I will find and send to you. Oh, he goes over all different types and all different size operations as far as market gardening. Ooh, great. Yeah, I love research and I love collecting things to get people to go look at. You know, like here's a little homework, everybody. You can watch these videos, you can read these articles. These are people that are out there doing it. This is what's worked and not worked for them. They're actually in the experience lane, you know. Like Jay, we've talked over at the Urban Gardener on Saturday. It was an open chat. So there wasn't a show, but the chat was open and we were talking about her past experiences with that kind of topic. And it really helped me go, okay, I think we should talk about this in a larger setting, right? Am I going to start doing it? Am I going to start selling? Nope. No. Radio Jonesy, yes. We don't try to grow carrots here because you can buy bags of carrots for $1. So that probably isn't on the grow this to save money list, right? Anne's Place. Good morning. Nobody said anything about my PJs, by the way. My plant PJs. Guys. Girls, women, ladies, men, all you people, the humans. Nobody said anything. If you did, I missed it. Okay, Jay says fermentation tools for your garden. Ooh, I like that. Let's write that down. Fermentation tools for the garden. Okay, got it. Okay, so CR goes, see, you can talk about sunflowers for 27 minutes, Johnny. What did I make it, 10? 5? I don't know. Also, tips for sunflowers to have successions, to have it planted every 2 weeks, to plant your fall colored ones later so they're there for the fall. Plant ones that are short and tall. A lot of the ones were growing was multi-stemmed ones. So it wasn't just one sunflower, and I can't make a bouquet out of that. It's great for the wildlife and the beauty, but I also want to bring beauty inside. So I had to learn to buy varieties of sunflowers that were single stems. And then you can even get really fancy and you can buy pro cuts that don't, I was going to say poop pollen all over. I don't think that's the appropriate way to say that. That don't drop pollen all over the table when they're in the bouquet part of their life. I also like growing a multiple variety of colors. Like this year, there was this yellow purple one that I loved, but I need to grow it in a different spot. And then yellow, white, dark, like autumn beauties are really nice. I can't remember what other varieties there are. Howie says, who wants to see crazy wedding videos of aliens? If you do, tune in tomorrow. Howie's been putting out the like wedding building flower sessions. And then there was some weird like groom has to do what they say video. Singing, I think. Jay said 21 minutes of sunflower talk. So make sure you subscribe to Food Forest Permaculture if that's exciting to you. Bowtie says, egads. I've been missing making shorts left and right since we went to England and 3 cruises ago. I know you know this already, but I will just repeat it. I use Opus Clips, and I use the free version. So there's only so many credits you get every month. And a credit is a minute of a video. So if I have 30 credits and I upload a 20-minute video for it to clip from, that deducts 20 credits. And then it like this last one, it gave me 24 clips. It puts the words on it. It might add a fun little like emoji somewhere. It makes a title. And I don't edit anything because, again, I just have the free version. So you're limited on what you can do. If you pay for it, you get more credits. You can do more things. You can add and cut and whatever. All I'm doing is, okay, I'll watch them and go, this one I like. This one, it doesn't pertain to anything. It was like me talking to the chat in the live stream. And I'll download it and then I upload it and schedule shorts out and then have the related video to it to try and drive more traffic and get more subscribers and blah, blah, blah. So that's how I do it because I don't have time to manually go into my 2-hour live stream and go, okay, which are the juicy parts that I should clip from? Should I get 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 2 minutes? I do not have time. So I use a tool to help me. Now, other places have tools and I just want free ones. So I could try other ones if they're free. Like maybe vidIQ has one. I have a free account for vidIQ that I use to create ideas. I didn't check that today. And then the thumbnail thing, generate that stuff. Triple H says, thank you for the shout out and mentioning that we are working on watch hours. Of course. Robin Gardens. I have another video titled Victories with loads of views, but super low overall watch time. I think it's the thumbnail title that draws people in, but not gardeners. They don't stay. You mean? Anne's place. I woke up with the neighbors, weird looking chickens, trying to jump into my bedroom through my open window. Rude awakening. That is like adrenaline instantly in the morning. Also, Anne, don't forget to have some water. Okay? I care about you. Chicken for breakfast, says Gandalf. The chickens are like, good morning. Oh, simple happy life noticed. I thought you were in your PJs. I did. Casual work session PJs. Bowtie goes, now I'm staring closely at your shoulder. Don't feel awkward or anything. Oh, Radio Jonesy, very attractive look there, young girl. Anne's place says, I'm confused now. I'm sorry I'm laughing at your suffering. Can't think straight, much less about pajamas when I'm also in mine. Hey Jay, thanks for saying like your plant PJs. I appreciate that. They're from Duluth Trading Company. They're one of my favorite places to get quality clothing that lasts. CR says, I'm working on the sunflowers video, keyword more than one. Adam's here? Where did that go? Did I miss it? Hello, if you're here. I don't see it anywhere. I think that's what Miss Sharon just said. And Jay, where is it? Him. What? I don't see it. Jay goes, poop pollen is the correct term. CR says, stands beside sunflower as Johnny talks flowers. Bojai says, I use an open source editor called Blender. There's no limits to my abilities. I've been editing video professionally for yes, right, and not I though. We're not learning to do any of that right now. 2 people left my job, and so I need to focus on that kind of thing more. CR says, Bowtie, I've tried once or twice. Howie says, you're not going to believe the wedding video content. So awesome to see the costumes. That's cool that they gave you permission to share all of that, Howie. Right on. Make sure you guys are subscribed to him. Yeah, Bowtie, you can download the transcript of the video and feed it into GBTS, and he will tell you what parts would make it shorts. Yeah, and you know what? I can also just send the link of the video to Opus, and in 5 minutes have it all generated and ready instead of going, okay, ChatGPT, give me the timestamp. Okay, let's go to the timestamp. And now we're going to cut stuff to make the clip. Okay, now I need to find a title. Yes, they can do that for me. I like my system. Yes, and water, please. Well, I was going to end the live after an hour and a half, but now we're going to just push to make it to 2 hours. So we have 15 minutes, everybody. We have to talk for 15 more minutes, and then I'll see you tomorrow. And it'll be a surprise which show we do. Oh, Robin, I know Duluth Trading hurts my wallet, but it's so good. Like, I'm the kind of person that just wants to wear the same stuff all the time, but then it gets wore out, and the Duluth Trading Company stuff lasts years for me if, weight doesn't fluctuate too much. Sam Potzig, what's up, folks? Just got home from the coal mine. Thanks for the membership. Yes, the gifted membership from Miss Sharon. So make sure you use your membership. There is videos just for you. There is a post for any questions or things that might go with a live stream show. Extra resources. Jay's like, 10 more minutes to go. You can do it. Howie is going to need some sleep. Good day. Good night. I'll see you around, Howie. We cool live stream again. Thank you. Just a little work session. Getting those hours. Anne's place. I thought it was foreign birds, but hubby says no. They are the exotic breeds of chickens. They look like straight out of a horror movie. Every long legs, hardly any body, and they can fly. Okay, so are you gonna have a conversation now with the neighbor? Be like, "Excuse me, this can't be happening again?" Or are you a little panicked now, like, you can't have windows open? Like, what's going through your mind other than, "What just happened?" Richard says, "Anne, I made coffee from harvested rainwater. Does that count?" You guys, you gotta have a drink of water, a glass of water, and then have your coffee. Big Will Dog 82 in the soil. Hey guys, here late due to editing. My garlic challenge video drops tomorrow at 10 a.m. We have another creator in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to support. If that, there is a fly happening over here. If that sounds like interesting to you, the garden garlic challenge. Hi, welcome to the end of the work session. We did all good things. Great teamwork, everybody. Radio or storms, radios, and cats. Lightweight. Go for 5 hours like we did this past Sunday. I can't do that. Robin Gardens. Okay, what? Bug repellent clothing from Duluth? I didn't know that was a thing. I don't want you, fly. Shoo. Bowtie says, with 27 people watching, another 15 minutes is worth another 6.75 watch hours. He's in the numbers game, folks. Holistic Heritage Homestead says, I invite all of you folks to stop. You're going to do a live stream? It'll probably start in around 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so it's not scheduled, I imagine. Otherwise, I could put the scheduled link in the chat. So just make sure you are subscribed to be notified for Triple H, because I will be in the chat with some soup. Because I like helping out over there. Usually it's an open discussion, being respectful over there. Usually I talk about gardening, because why not? I talk about gardening everywhere I go. Okay, that's me. Big Will Dog says to Bowtie, Chad and I had to get our notes together before arranging the video post. Okay? Collaboration. We love hearing about the weather. What is the forecast even now for me? Because it was some serious rain. If we have cool temps, then the tomatoes will start blushing, and then I can show, you know, tomato picking videos. Let's see. So current temp 70 Fahrenheit, not bad. I like it. What's the daily? Is that wind or fog? Cloudy? What is this? Yeah, we have fog the next 3 days. It's going to cool off. All right. 83, 79, 78, 76, 72, 67? The low is going to be 47 in a week. Ooh. That's exciting. I planted a fall garden and it's going to love that. I am so glad I had the seeds getting germinated and getting strong, and the transplants were hardened off and in the ground for, what is it now? When did I plant that? The fall garden, was it August 1st? So they've been in there for 2 weeks before we got 5 inches of rain, because that could have washed out my whole garden and I needed to replant. And the time is ticking, so whew. Okay, what do we got? Yes, there is an after party, everyone. We're gonna go support Triple H, Holistic Heritage Homestead. Anne says, seems so. I have to talk to the darn new neighbor. Oh, that's the worst. He already doesn't like my dog. Grumpy guy. I am so sorry, Anne. I'll be right there with you. I would help you talk to grumpy neighbor guy. We can go all way. We can do kind and polite. We can go bargain. We can threaten to call some people. Which way are we doing? Adam, hey. My Rosella parrots love your voice, Shawnee. I stepped in the office to put away some tools and they started whistling as soon as they heard your voice. That is the coolest comment ever. Who can top that? Thank you. Great feedback. I don't know what to say. I'm going to tell all my family about that now. Cuz it's like every conversation, I'm like, so I was on a live stream and, or I was in a chat on YouTube and I'm sure they just think I'm a weirdo, but they love me, right? Thank you, Jay, for the reminder. Like, share, comment, become a member, watch some past content. There's all sorts of things that would hopefully catch your attention. Miss Sharon said to Barry that she was listening for the show. Yes. Yeah, I was going to tell him that. Anne's place, but it's just a new challenge for me because I suspect these birds are hungry. Don't think he knows to feed them often. Well, we can't start the conversation with that. You could play the, why do you think they were at my property? Do you think it's because I have food out for my chickens and they were hungry? You know, like play the, whatever that was. CR might make soup too. Yeah, I am trying. Oh, I gotta watch the time. 8 minutes. We've got 8 minutes. I'm trying a different company that you buy like pre-made soup from. They're not in a can. They come in the fridge cooler section. My eyes watering. And there's only certain soups I like. I don't like all soups. So I always go through the list of soups I like and then I try different companies' pre-made soup because if my life was well put together, of course, I would have pre-made homemade soup frozen in batches and in the freezer in servings ready for me to just pull out perfectly labeled. But I am not in that season currently. I have been in the past. Yes, I have an entire shelf of bones in the freezer to deal with, but right now I just want soup at the ready and I don't like canned soup. I don't like it. 21 Celsius is 70 Fahrenheit. Bowtie says, YouTube to Bowtie. Video processing is taking longer than expected. Please wait. Oh, don't you hate that? Okay, yes, Jay, thank you. Live after this show in 6 minutes. We're going to head on over to this channel right here, Holistic Heritage Homestead. We're going to catch the live and say, Shawnee Grows sent you. Yes, Miss Sharon, I loved that we talked about storms, radios, and cats and more over at the 5-hour live stream last night. Oh, you have to go, Richard. Love you all. Let's see. Adam. Hey, Will. And late hey to Sharon J. Okay, yes. The gang's all here. It's going to be 92 for Pest Hunter Outdoors. I did see there is a heat dome building up in some places, and I'm over it. I am tapped out. No more, okay? I live in Minnesota for a reason. I should never see 90 anything. It's gross. I can't have it. 3 more minutes. Bowtie says, our lows for the foreseeable future are the same as the past 3 months. Highs too. Never changes. Low 82, high 91, except for one day last month it hit 99. Feels like 114 with 85% humidity. Robin Garden says, made me look at our forecast. Yeah, right? Thankfully, 50s are the low nighttime. I need the peppers to blush. To blush? Do you say that with peppers? I want them to turn. Like, get out of the green, get into the red or orange or yellow. Let's go. How do I get it to do that? Peppers like heat. Okay. Peppers, you stress them out, they'd grow more. Okay. So is it just time? I just need time? Because I know with tomatoes, it's like prune them, cold temps, then they'll start to ripen. Cut the top off of them, right? What's the trick for peppers? Somebody throw it out there before we end this. Because I don't want to pick a bunch of green peppers. And yeah, 47, that could change. That was 7 days out. You know how it works. Bowtie says, I will stand in the back and look tough. I know, right, Anne? Huge compliment. Birds are honest. That's just amazing. Triple H says, I love talking about gardening with you, Shawnee. I like when people are passionate about things that are good things. Yes, exactly. Big Will Dog 82 in the soil. My lab, Dane Mix, always barks to let everyone know whose yard is his. I have no problem with the neighbors, though. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure they're like, oh, there's dog. His dog's barking again. CR, I was on a live stream and got hungry again. And guess where he's at? Pest Hunter Outdoors. It doesn't cool off until mid-October. Ooh, you still have like over a month then. Adam says, that's awesome. They know good people. Thank you so much. Reminder, this Wednesday, we also support The Fly, Emmanuel at the Ultimate Gardener channel. He has this like Generations podcast thing that happens on Wednesdays, and it's going to be at 2 Central Time this time. Normally it's 1, and I will be there. I have an alarm set. I would like to see some of my Shawnee Grows community there. Bowtie, that's called passive aggressive. Bowtie. YouTube's still saying video processing is taking longer than expected. Please wait. Superb. Superb. Oh, there you are with the wordplay. Anne is talking to Big Will Dog. All the people here have a problem with my massive Kungle. Kangle? He doesn't bark often or anything, but they are just afraid of the size. When he stands up on his hind legs, he looks my 6'4" tall son in the eye. I needed to plant more sunflowers. If we were to reflect on the season, which we'll talk about in a live stream, like what would you change, what's going on. We're also going to plan next year's garden this winter, and we will of course have seed hauls. Are you kidding me? Miss Sharon is going to listen over at Triple H. Oh, what? Okay, we got to go. Okay, yep. Pick as soon as they blush. I will talk to Cliff about peppers, okay? Yes, peppers like to hold hands. Cover the peppers if it's lower than 55, okay? To encourage green bell peppers to change color, the best approach is to allow them to ripen naturally off the vine. Oh. I could just do that on the counter, right? Is that what you're saying? Robin did it in the garage. I don't have that option, but great. Oh, you hung up the whole plant? Really? I've never seen that before. Okay, we got the 2 hours. Simple, happy life. Anyone else here in Louisiana? I don't think tonight we have anyone, but we do sometimes. Thank you all for being here. Whoa, have fun time at the doctor's appointment, Old Man King. I have to take my kitty to the vet one of these days, old man. And it's a whole nother conversation, actually. I'll have to come over and talk with you. Okay, so what we're going to do is head on over to the after party at Holistic Heritage Homestead. And what I need to do is say thank you today. Where's my thing? Thanks for spending part of your day with me. We were talking about prepping this week's live streams and what's going on. We're going to put some links in the description. I encourage you to become a channel member. We're putting great things out there for everybody. Remember to grow every day in every way.